If you ever walked away from a fight thinking, why do I feel worse now than before? This video will help you understand why. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 3 clear ways to tell the difference between normal conflict and quite possibly emotional abuse. We're going to look at the 3 places confusion usually hides: in the silence, in the apologies, and the goal of the fight. I'm Elena. I help women find their footage when marriage starts to feel like walking on eggshells. Let's get started. The key difference number 1, the silence. Silence isn't always the problem, but how it makes you feel might be. So let's talk about something almost every couple's experience: the silence after a fight. The argument heats up and he goes quiet. Pause for a second and notice what usually happens next. Does the space actually help things settle down? Maybe emotions cool off a bit and the conversation comes back later. Or does the quiet stretch on, leaving you monitoring his mood, replaying the argument in your head, and wondering what you did wrong just to get things back to normal? Pay attention to the differences between settling and spiraling. One gives your nervous system room to breathe. The other keeps you tense and preoccupied. Here's the grounding point in this. When silence helps de-escalate and leads back to repair, that's within the range of normal conflict in relationships. But if the silence consistently creates anxiety and self-doubt or fear of speaking up, it's no longer just a communication issue. I must drive this point home. When silence is repeatedly used in a way that creates fear, control, emotional instability, that's where normal conflict can begin to cross into the emotional abuse territory. Key difference number 2, the apology. Some apologies repair trust. Others quietly erase you. Now think about what happens when things calm down and there's some attempt to fix it. When he apologizes or says something that sounds like one, what happens inside you? Do you feel understood, even a little? Like your experience actually landed? Or do you walk away feeling like your reactions somehow became the real problem again? If an apology leaves you doubting your own feelings, your own memory, or your right to be upset, that's very important information. Here's the grounding point I want you to get from this. A healthy apology restores the relationship balance. An unhealthy one quietly shifts the emotional burden onto you. If you're always the one carrying that weight, the issue isn't your sensitivity. All couples fight. Healthy couples have rough days, bad arguments, and moments they wish they'd handled differently. But they don't walk away feeling smaller. So this last difference is often what helps draw the line between difficult and destructive in relationships. Key difference number 3, the goal. The most important part of a fight isn't what you say, it's what you lose. When you fight, what does it feel like the fight is actually for? Even when it's messy, does it feel like you're both trying, albeit imperfectly, to get back to each other and to resolve an issue? Or does it feel like someone has to win, and you're the one who keeps shrinking yourself just to make the conflict stop? Over time, that pattern adds up, not in one argument, but in how much of yourself you're still bringing into the relationship. And here's the grounding point on this one. Conflict aimed at repair may hurt, but it doesn't erase you. Conflict that requires you to disappear in order to survive is no longer just normal fighting. When that pattern is consistent, that's not just a hard marriage, that's moving into the emotional abusive patterns. If you recognize yourself in some of the harder moments here I described, pause. You don't need to name your relationship today. You don't need to make a big decision right now. And you don't need to rush towards conclusions. Clarity comes before action. And so the first step is trusting what your body and your gut have been noticing. Maybe quietly for a long time. That's not drama. That's discernment. But if your next thought is, I see this, but I can't leave right now, you're not alone. I have another video that focuses on how to find your footing and protect your sense of self, even when the relationship itself isn't changing yet, and you can't do much about the situation for now. I'll see you there.